for this podcast. One being the social media manager, which you reluctantly kept, and I had to fire you for. But I think you're doing pretty good as the director.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do you have any directorial things you can tell us?
No, Andy just looks so much taller than you.
What the hell is that?
Even like now, like
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
How about now? What if I stand up and puff out my chest?
You look more even, I guess.
More even? Damn. All right, well, now I'm going to slunch back down.
I mean, Isaac, you must just have like long legs or something.
I have a long torso.
Yeah. See, I think I'm a torso guy too.
I mean, we can stand up and test this out.
I mean, I guess we could. I don't know how much that would help us though. I can't.
No, I don't think so.
No.
We would just like see the our chest to our crotch, because it wouldn't get our heads.
Oh, it'd get your heads all right.
Look at that. Perfect.
So we're keeping all of that in the podcast,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. We
Yeah.
were recording that whole time for sure.
Yeah.
We'll definitely keep it going.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the Friendship and Stupidity podcast. We're in the same location but a different location.
Same but different.
Same but different.
Same but different.
Our knees just knocked. I think that's going to
did.
be an interesting.
Do you think that picked up on the mic?
I hope so. I hope it did.
That connection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If people haven't discovered our connection through our voices and the way that we talk to each other, then I hope that it's
Through our kneecaps?
Through our kneecaps. Yeah.
All right.
So, as I understand it, I don't know if you want to get right into it, but I think you have something that we can talk about.
I do. I'm usually... My inspiration just comes from random places, and today it came from a very random place, but blew my mind.
Okay.
Blew my mind, and it made me like lead down a couple different paths. I had an interesting day today, to say the least.
Sounds like it.
First thing was, I wanted to talk about it, which I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast before or not, but bring back an old topic too.
We like to do that.
We do, and this is an oldie but a goodie. Have we ever talked about how difficult it is not to get piss stains on khakis?
Yes. We, like, briefly. I can't remember. I think that probably went down the rabbit hole of the whole, like, over the pants or through the zipper thing.
Okay. I couldn't remember because I just had the realization that, like, I'm going on a very long streak without doing that at work. Because I'm wearing khakis all the time. And I think I'm a professional at it now.
Okay.
I don't know if it's just the type of pants I'm wearing, if they have like a certain lining inside
What's your
them.
strategy? Can you describe it or can you show it?
Good, yeah, just a good firm shake, I guess. And just good firm shake. And then I think if you're going to do it, maybe you have to like pat it down with your underwear first. If there is any sort of drippage, try to get that taken care of with the underwear first. And then if there is... It should stay contained in the briefs.
I haven't worn like a pair of khakis in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know, working from home, I basically wear my pajamas every day. I was half of me was expecting you to take a spit take. I was like, I paused there. I was like, am I gonna do it?
No, I was making sure I didn't clink any ice in my glass because last time I had a fucking wind chime of a glass that just felt like it just was knocking around ice every single time. So I'm like self-conscious about it now.
So when you're wearing khakis and you have that like thing, you're worried that you're gonna get piss on your pants. Is it just like you pull your pants up too quick and like the piss just like kind of flies out of your pee hole and then like onto your khakis, or is it just like I feel like that's the
well, that's what I mean. Like at that point though, if you're gonna like flip up, if you're thinking that's gonna be the flip up from flipping your dong and then that residual pee coming off of it and then hitting like the other side of the khakis, your piss is doing some sort of wanted thing where it's arcing over your
Stranger things have happened.
yeah. So like that's wild. I like to think that it's just like a super soaker and it's just soaking through all of it in one go. But like,
Ooh.
even then, like I can't imagine, like it's got to sit there for a second. I think that's why like the dabbing in multiple locations in your briefs, that might kind of help a little bit rather than it just sitting there and just you know what I mean?
Well, I was you saying that like the dabbing of it. I thought you were like I wasn't, because you're probably standing at a urinal when you're pissing. I was wondering like what are you dabbing it on? And then you said the
Did you hear the clink of my eyes?
yeah.
I got no silent cups.
You didn't even try, like that wasn't even like you attempting to hide it. It just like happened on its own.
I can't help that my ice melts.
I was envisioning like you are just taking the extra precaution. You're like taking your the palm of your hand and like dabbing the tip of your head.
No, dude, all close.
Yeah.
All close. just my briefs. And it's been working because my roommate, we were watching a show and they made mention of that. Like it was a quick throwaway thing of like still wearing khakis, don't have a piss stain on me.
And that's what reminded you?
Well, no, like, I mean, it made me think about my work because she said, is it really that difficult? And I was like, honestly, yes, sometimes it is. And then she's like, have you had that recently? And I'm like, no, I haven't. But like I said, so I don't know if it's just I have some incredible lining on the pants that I'm wearing or what, but like I've had no issue with it.
Yeah, I think that's maybe if you look at the pants that you used to wear, that when you used to have this issue, maybe it has something to do with the material.
It very well could.
Because what if it's a situation where, and this would be insane, if you pulled up your pants and it soaked through your boxers or briefs and it got into the onto the pants.
Well, I mean that's what it has to be doing, right? Every single time.
And I can like that's probably only for like dress pants because that's a real thin material.
Yes, for sure.
And I think even worse because like you have to dry clean that. You can't even unless that you are you and you put it in the dryer on accident.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Look.
You if you were, and we're getting back on last week's topic, if your pants are inside out, do you undo those and put them right side, or do you just fold them like the way that they are?
Most of the time I'll try to fold in like my jeans inside out, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, and I just toss them in.
Wait, so sometimes you try to fold them the right way or the right way.
Yeah, like
society
I'll
has
turn
made us think.
I'll turn the legs inside out whenever I'm putting into like the washer or dryer. But sometimes I'm too lazy and I'm just like, it's gonna go in like it's gonna go in. I don't care.
Yeah, but whenever you take them out, do you undo that or do you?
Oh, whenever I'm folding them, it just depends on the day, bud. Sometimes I just leave them inside out and I fold them and I put them up there because again, I know what fucking jeans they are. Me seeing the inside's no different than me seeing the outside of them.
And you know, I haven't done my research to see like what the effect on this is. So we're just going to we're going to go through life and that's going to just be the friendship and stupidity way. I feel like that's just the way it is anyway. You just go through life and you don't check yourself.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
it's about going through life the way you want to, not the way that other people want you to.
Yeah, that you're told to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, everyone else has the issue with it.
Yeah.
I'm just living.
Yeah,
I'm just living, and I'm shaving off time.
It's Isaac's world, and we're all living in it.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's funny. That's funny that you say that because I met somebody who I was living in their world today.
Go on.
And that's what brings me to my next topic. Actually, I want to save that for our last part. Sorry, because it took so much out of me that I just stood there. So I want to save that for last. Actually, my next thing that I want to talk about was, like I said, I had an interesting day at work because at some point, I don't take shits often at work. Okay, like sometimes
Are you a home game shitter? Like you just prefer to shit at home over?
it's not because I prefer. It just never. I don't know. After I eat lunch, it really hardly does anything to me. Like even when I'm moving around a lot, which I normally am, it just I don't know. It doesn't go through me. I don't know. Today though, I had what I like to call a shit attack. Like, so I was moving stuff around in the warehouse. I picked up a box, nothing too heavy, like 20-pound box, you know, and I'm down stacking it, you know, and putting it onto a different pallet. I pick up this box and my stomach gurgles. And I'm like, that's strange.
Mm-hmm.
Put it down, grab another one. It does it again. I immediately drop the box and I say out loud, I got to take a shit. And I just ran to the bathroom, Andy. I ran to the bathroom. So like it was a literal shit attack. Like where it hit me, I was like, whatever. And then out of nowhere it goes, no, you're shitting. And I was like, I'm going. Like I literally dropped the box and I walked out. I walked out and I went right to the bathroom and I took a shit, bud. Let me tell you what. It was a submarine.
What?
It was a submarine.
What do you mean?
Most of it was underneath, but only the tip
God.
was sticking out of the top of the bowl, out of the water. So like
an iceberg.
yes, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, like
Oh
it
my
was.
God.
It was wild. Like it was one of those ones where you sit down and like you do your business, and then you again everybody looks at their shit. Okay, so I looked at it and I was like, that didn't come out of me. There's no fucking way, dude. I was only sitting here for that long, but it literally like my asshole must have been like a clown's pocket because it had so much coming out of
going.
literally like I must not even felt it coming out after a while because I looked in there and I was like, this thing's crazy. But like I said, it was just the sheer fact that I was doing fine. I had one gurgle and then it hit me. I was like, I'm gonna shit.
It's like, or it's the inverse where like you're on the toilet and you like push forever and then like this little pebble comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of realize when that happens that like, you know, your anus is like this, like it's that like it's barely like it's not even like your pinky like
Yeah.
like and it's pushing through like a rock every single time. So like you kind of like you come to terms with like, you know, I'm putting my asshole through hell every single time I sit on the toilet.
Absolutely.
I've had a similar situation like just out of nowhere. Like I just blurt out that I was, and I think I've told this on the podcast, but I'm going to retell it anyway. I was in my office. It was back whenever I was living in Cleveland, and that's where the office is. And I was hosting one of my friends who came in from like another state, and he was coming into the office. We both worked together. That was a little bit like that wasn't necessary, but here we go. And we were just having a good time. We decided to play some ping pong, and it was after I had eaten. It was like Thai food, and we're sitting at we're playing ping pong, and
You should have known.
I didn't even think about it. It was really greasy Thai food too.
Oh my God.
And the game ends, but like in the middle of it, like I'm sweating. Like it's like it's like worse than like you like
sweating.
like it's worse than breaking a sweat like playing ping pong. Like you can imagine like you sweat a little bit, I'm sure, but this was like I felt like I was drenched, and I was wearing like a nice shirt, like a button-up shirt, because I was in the office, and I was just like I bet I look like absolute shit. Like my hair is like hanging low and whatever, and yeah, and like
just drenched in sweat playing ping pong, and they're like, this guy's taking it serious. And you're like, in your mind, you're like, if I take one more step, I'm literally gonna shit.
Yeah, and I just said like, we ended. I put the paddle on the table, and I was just like, I have to go to the bathroom. And like there's like women that I work with that are like around me, and they're just like, thanks, Andy. And I'm like, I like thinking in my head, like, I realize I probably didn't have to say that, but it's like in my head, like I have to say it, because if I don't, I don't know what's going to happen. So I just like, I basically, I don't know what happened next. I felt like I sprinted out of the office and went down to the bathrooms, and it was one of those shits where I took my shirt off.
In public?
In the bathroom. Yeah. and like I took it off and I hung it on on the hanger in the bathroom stall. And the best part, I walked out of the bathroom, or out of like the stall after I was finished destroying it, and I had it just like draped around myself. I had it on, but it wasn't like buttoned or anything. And I was like grabbing the like paper towels and like dabbing myself down because I still looked like I was sweating. God. And this guy Joe, who I think it was his last day, he walks into the bathroom, and he's like a 6'4" dude. I don't know if he's that tall, but like he walks in and he's just like, he just sees me. I like, my shirt is undone, and we just like, I look at him through the mirror and he's looking at me, and he just like goes to the bathroom and just like, and we're just like, well,
dude, if it was his last day, I would have just owned up to it. I've been like, dude, I just took a huge shit.
It wasn't even that, because he was definitely the kind of guy where I would have been like, I just took a huge shit. But it was just like something about our eyes meeting in that mirror. It was like, that just told like a 1,000-page story.
No, I get that. It's awkward eye contact is. I just had something happen the other day where I made eye contact with somebody, and it was, not necessary.
Okay.
And especially in the moment, the guy was picking up stuff like out of his truck, and he was putting, like those fucking scooters that everyone drives around like in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was taking those out of the truck, which, have you ever noticed that those guys, like, they all drive their own personal vehicle. So every time you see somebody with a bunch of scooters in the back of their truck or whatever, you're like, what is going on here? do you actually work for this company, or are you just taking these things? I'm like, they're tracked. You know that, right? But like, he was unloading them. So we were like, in a very awkward area too. Like, he was just unloaded like 6 of them just on the sidewalk randomly. And as I'm driving by,
I think we're learning that it's not the people that are leaving them there; it's these employees.
Yeah,
like
it was why I was like, what the? Why this random amount here? It was weird. I don't know, but he's lifting them up out of the truck bed, and I'm like driving past him, and as I'm driving past him, he's lifting it up, and like, it's one of those lifts where it must have been just a little too awkward and heavy that he went like. And like Michael Jordan did, where his like tongue was out, and he was like, and then as he was lifting it up, we made eye contact as his tongue was out, and he was staring at me, and I was like, I hated that. I absolutely hated that.
Did he try to like kind of hide it? Like he put his tongue back in his mouth?
No, he kept it out the whole time, and we stared at each other.
Well, at least he owned that too.
Oh yeah, I immediately though said that was fucking weird. Yeah,
I wish I didn't wake up this morning.
Yeah, pretty much. And I told the person right beside me what happened, and they're like, "Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird, dude." And I was like, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth looking around. So then after that, I just paid attention to the road, because I was like, I don't want that to happen again. Because that awkward eye contact, it gets you, man. Especially in traffic too. Well, have you ever like looked over just to like people watch, and then someone looks over at you? Yeah.
I feel like the whole thing of like, if you feel like if someone's looking at you and you don't see it, like you feel like you're being watched. I feel like that's always like why you make eye contact with people, because like you're sitting in traffic and you just like look over at someone that's like right next to you, and like if you look for like 1 second too long, they turn and like instantly, and they just look right at you, and you're just like, well, fuck, I look like I'm like perving on you now.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and you can't like, hi, because then that's gonna be even weird. Yeah, that's gonna be even weirder. And then like if you look away immediately, they're like, oh, that guy was definitely staring at me, and it's like, okay, well, no, great. Like you said, I was people watching.
Now I just have to like stare at you until we both look away.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just gotta like, I don't know. Like, would it be better if you just like own up to it and you just stare at them, and then let them look away first, show dominance?
I don't think there's a right answer.
We should make a poll.
Yeah.
Look away or keep staring.
Okay.
I mean, I look away every single time,
but don't give any context. Just look away or keep staring.
I think that would be really funny, actually. Look away or keep staring.
Have you ever been driving on the road and
I drive on the road pretty consistently. Yeah.
I drove on the through grass once. Not like, and I don't have a car that can do that. This is just a derail. There was one time when I was working at Men's. I think it was probably around the same time we were working there together. But you weren't working there this night. I told our manager that I needed to go get gas before we left, and he said, "Why don't you just go now? Like it's pretty dead right now, and you just come right back." And he's like, "Here's I think it was like a BJ's gift card, or not gift card, like a membership card." He's like, "Go there. It's cheaper there. You can use my card or whatever." And we're like, "Okay, sweet." So I go down the road and I see this, like, you know how like where the road is, like it has that like, I don't know what you would call it, just like it curves in so it looks like a road. Well, I went down that road and it was at night, and it was not a road. It was just a green pasture.
Oh my God. But
like it was here and the gas station was here. So I just figured swing it in, just go straight. That was not the case. I went in and I was like, fuck. And I just like, and I must have looked like an insane person, like to everyone that was like driving down the road. Just went in and I was like, okay, I realized the error in my ways, and then I just like hung a left real quick to get on the actual road, the actual like turn to get into the.
They for sure thought you were gorked out of your mind on like some drugs or something.
Yeah, and I'm just thankful that there wasn't a police officer. I mean, like nothing would have happened, but they would have been like, "Are you?" Like, I'm going to have to test you.
Yeah,
like,
are you fucked up? Like, you literally just drove through grass.
Yeah, and I'm wearing, like, a suit, and they're just like, what's the situation
Yeah, what
here?
is going on? Did you just get fired from, like, your corporate job, and you're fucking just wild in right now?
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I could make up a good excuse. Just like, there shouldn't be a turn, like, thing there. Like,
yeah.
I made a mistake. And, yeah, it was... I can't even remember where I was going with it before. Oh, it was have you ever been driving like on the highway or just like down the street and you've like looked over and you've seen someone getting a blowjob?
I think we've had this conversation before. Oh. I don't think I have.
Interesting.
Because I remember you said that you have.
I think I have.
It was wild. Yeah.
I think I have, because I think it actually may have been my roommate that pointed it out, and then I was like, dude, where?
I want to see.
Yeah. And
this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to see this.
There's something about it, man. Like, I don't know. You see something like that, and you're just like, live porn? What?
Live porn? You know, oddly enough, it's not what I'm thinking in my head. I'm just like, what the fuck did you just say to me? I'm like, what's going on?
I can't remember how we saw it though, because I think if you were in a taller vehicle, you're more likely to see that stuff.
Oh, for sure.
But also, like, if you're driving like a 4-door sedan and you think like this is a good time to get some roadhead, it's not, because like there are people that are in trucks that like literally just look over and they're just like, nice.
Yes, I can confirm that I can see into most vehicles when I drive beside them. Yeah, right. Not a good idea.
One of my cousins told me once that he was getting roadhead once, and this is just like such unfortunate timing. They drove underneath like a bridge or an overpass or whatever, and there was just this old woman that was just standing there, and she was like waving to cars. And I want to say that that he waved to her while it was happening. I can't remember for sure.
That would be so weird. It's like, oh, this person's just being friendly while I'm getting blown. Oh my God. Oh, that would be like, would that be a mood killer? Or would you just be like, hey, I'm also having a great time. Right back at you. Wave.
Well, depending on the situation, the person that's giving you the suck down doesn't need to know about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think that would be information that you would give out.
It would only be a vibe killer if they knew about it. Because if they knew about
True.
it, then it'd be like, well, that old woman just saw me sucking your cock. Like, I don't want to do this now.
She was waving at us.
She was waving
Oh
too.
my God, was she cheering us on? Like, you know?
Yeah, maybe that was it. She saw him from a mile away, and she's like, "Yeah, keep it going."
Yeah. God, I hope not. That would make it even worse. Also, she had great eyesight
Yeah,
for somebody waving on the side of the road.
yeah.
I mean, hey, I don't know. People are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of people being crazy,
okay.
an absolute mad lad today I saw delivering into a spot where we regularly go, and the room has a pretty big restroom in it, so it's probably got about like 5 or so stalls and 5 or so urinals. And I go in there, I tell the guy I'm with, I'm like, you know, look, I will, you know, I got to go to the bathroom real quick, but I'll come back out. I'll help you carry all this shit in. Go to the bathroom. I'm like looking at my phone, typing in, you know, just sending texts before I go in there. Get in there, put my phone in my pocket, look up, do kind of like my normal scan of like just to see if anybody's in there. Look at the urinals. No, good. Get to the stalls. I see someone's in the stall. And I go, you know, whatever. But the way this person was in the stall, Andy, okay. I was living in his world. I've never seen something like it before. So he was shitting.
Okay. Wait. Can I take a guess?
Sure.
So he was shitting in a way that you've never seen before.
Mm-hmm. Was
he facing towards the toilet?
No.
Okay. Have you ever tried that?
No.
It's weird. Anyway.
Why would you try that?
I think it was just like a situation, like I was younger, I was a kid, and I was like, why hasn't anyone ever tried doing this? And then I did it, and like, oh, that's why.
Because it's fucking weird.
Yeah, and you have to take your pants all the way, like you can't just like have them around your ankles. You have to be like naked.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be nice to have like that back part of the toilet for like your, yeah, dude, that would be a perfect place to put your sandwich. Like instead of holding in your like left hand, like I did, I think you could definitely put like a PB&J right there for sure.
Cut a nice steak.
Yeah,
or if you're like having a real bad like shit, you got to hold on to something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like some actual oh shit handles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh shit handles.
I mean, I think
that's ours.
yeah. But no. So this guy, how he was shitting was pants obviously down near his ankles, but the guy had his feet all the way outside of the stall door. He had his legs straightened completely out, almost to where he was like, his back had to be more than...
How big are these stalls? I feel like he had to have been a tall guy.
I mean, they're pretty small. Like, they're not like anything crazy. A little smaller than average size, I would say. Okay. But like his feet were out in the bathroom with his drawers down near his feet, Andy. And I just walk in and I see 2 fucking feet popped out like the fucking Wicked Witch of the West or something, you know, like her feet like sticking out like that. That's literally what it looked like. Like they were sticking out of the edge of the house. And I just stood there. I didn't have to pee anymore. I was in this man's world. I was just like, what is going on? And he made no noise. And I'm like, because in my head, I was like, he fucking just shot off and just like literally just was gassed at that point and like was literally like laying there. Like he was sweating.
Like he was me whenever I had to take my clothes off.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I was thinking. And I was like, oh my God. So then like I went to the bathroom. He made no noise. Heard me peeing. Didn't even fix his feet at all. Still just stood there.
Maybe
stood his
dead.
ground. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Honestly, honest to God. Like I went through there and I was like, is this guy dead? Like, I really thought he might have been dead. So then I start washing my hands, look in the mirror, feet still sticking out, not even twitching. I didn't.
Took one last shit and he just like pushed it a little bit too
and then
hard.
he just, and like not even like a like nothing like that in the bathroom, nothing. And I'm just sitting there washing my hands, no twitch of the feet, nothing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I had the really messed up thought. I was like, is this guy yanking it right now, like in a public bathroom? But I was like, no. Like I'm not. Like I'd rather.
There would be some sort of like, well, I don't think he would keep going when he like heard someone come in, but like there. But if he was, there would have to be some sort of like movement in the legs. You keep
some sort of movement.
Right. I mean, like think about it. Like
you get that
you're
leg
not just
movement in when you're.
Well, yeah. I mean,
like,
I feel like.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm glad we got that on video. Yeah.
Or did we?
Yeah. Oh,
I got it covered by the the camera.
No, we definitely got that.
Yeah. Zoom in on that.
Yeah, zoom in hands. But so it does go a little bit further. So again, no movement, whatever, and I just walk out, and I'm flabbergasted. I have no idea what to think right now. I'm just like, guy just posted up and took the most relaxing shit of his life, if that's how he takes his shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had to be like literally leaning against the wall. Like it was like this, and it had to be like this. Like the guy,
his ass isn't even like in the toilet. Like it's
no way. Like, yeah, like it is like his ass cheeks are hitting the front of the toilet and like
the lip.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no way his junk or nuts are in that toilet. Like they are.
He's letting them hang.
Yeah, they're literally like front saddling that toilet. Like this is literally what he had to look like. And I'm sorry for people who are just listening, but like. I don't even know a ratio that I could give them.
Well, imagine like you're sitting on a just like a regular chair, and then just lean or just like keep slouching, and then your cheeks are literally just hanging on by a thread, like at the end of the chair.
They were on the cusp of it for sure.
So far that like you're almost like sitting on your back.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it too, like again, like you said, stalls are somewhat long, so like he was lounging, dude. He was at the beach. Literally, that's what it looked like. He was on a beach chair, and I was like, what the fuck? So I go out. I don't even make a mention of this. I don't know why I never even said anything, because I was just like, this was just wild. So then I immediately start like getting stuff packed up, whatever, and I'm going through it, and I get back out to get like a second or third round of like, and put it on my carts to put it in the room. And as I'm sitting there stacking it, I'm like stacking some boxes on like the cart, and like go to grab my like one of my last boxes, and I kind of like go and, you know, kind of like looking up and scanning up. And as I scan up from the box onto the floor, I see his shoes. I see his shoes walking, and I'm like, oh my God.
You got to see what this guy looks like.
Absolutely. I was like, I want to see the king in real life. And I looked up. He had fucking Beats on. And so both ears covered. The dude was just living life, Andy. He just walked so fucking calm. He was just like, I took the best shit of my life.
This is like a daily thing for him.
Daily thing. It has to be.
I wonder how long he was in there before you went in, and then how long he was actually just in there for.
I don't know, dude. I mean, he might have lived a lifetime in there. I don't. He looked so calm and relaxed, and then, like I said, he probably even had both fucking ear flaps on that whole time. So he wasn't even in the bathroom. He was in his own world right there. And I was like, first off, wild that you have both headphones on in the bathroom. Like I would think you at least have one off just to hear what's going on. I guarantee he had both on that whole entire time.
Oh, for
and
sure.
He just had the most fucking calm walk ever in those New Balance shoes of his. And he just fucking just kept on walking. And I was like, I just saw a legend. I just wanted to salute him. Like I was just like, it was so fucking wild. I couldn't tell you. I stopped and stood there and stared at those feet for probably a good 2 minutes when I walked into that bathroom, because I just could not understand. Like I was trying to draw like some sort of like graph in my head of how this body works. And the crazy thing was too, he was my height.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, and I'm like average height. I didn't understand it. We're just living in this guy's world.
Like you're standing in the bathroom, you're not moving, you're just looking at his feet, and imagine the conversation if he says, "You okay, buddy?" And then you have to just like, you either have to like come clean and say like, "I'm just wondering how you're sitting there," or you're just like, "Yeah, I just blanked out, man. I don't know." Like,
yeah,
like what's the situation there?
Yeah, I think I would have been starstruck to even say anything to him. Honestly, it was.
You're my hero, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, dude. Like you made me think of the shitting game in a whole different way. Like
you've changed the shit game.
He has, man. New Balance guy, if you're out there watching, I salute you. It was crazy. It was so wild.
I want to know if anyone's tried doing this. I feel like I had to have like. I think. First of all, I'm curious if he shit that way, like if he had his legs out shitting, like
that's
obviously
wild. He's not even bracing himself at that point.
Yeah, I feel like there's something about like,
you need
squat.
You need a good wide base when you're on the potty.
And I think this is just another thing I have to test because like I've done the whole sitting and peeing, standing and peeing.
Legs extended while pooping.
Legs extended while pooping is the next step.
I don't think... you'll have to let me know how it goes because I don't think I could.
What if we made a recliner?
A shit-cline?
A shit-cliner, yeah.
Shit-cliner.
Well, we also, like, we thought about making a porta potty that was...
The guard tower shitter? Yeah, where you just shit from a guard tower so you can watch everybody on the beach, but you don't have to get out of the guard tower? Yeah, I remember that.
We need to get on that. We need to like find the materials to make these things come to fruition.
I mean, I think the shit cliner, I think you could just easily just get a recliner and
put a hole in it.
Put a hole in it, yeah, but you need some sort of like... The problem is what kind of material do you want?
Yeah, because you don't...
Yeah, because you're going to have some residue for sure.
Oh, for sure. You're going to... Yeah, I mean, that in that situation, you can't really win because, like, you're putting your legs on that and, like, there's going to be the residue of the shit getting on your legs. So it's like, I mean, you can make it just as, like, the porcelain, but that's not going to be comfortable.
No.
You kind of just have to... I mean, maybe there's just an attachment that you get. Like a squatty potty that you just roll up.
I mean, look, there's always going to be that one guy, too, that doesn't fucking make it in time. And then he's fucking hitting that lumbar support 9 out of 10 times. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's not making it. There's a backsplash for sure.
No, I mean, that was you. That was you. You almost didn't make it when your story about the... When you just had to like go shit this morning.
Oh, dude, it was wild.
Yeah,
but I mean, going back to that shit cleaner though, I mean, if you think about it, he hits that lumbar support. It's just like losing a remote in the crevice of a thing. You're not getting that shit out of there.
No,
I don't think you could do a shit cleaner, Andy. I just don't think it's possible. But I don't know. Sounds like something we just got to test. And you're gonna have to test out the legs.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the legs out to shit, and then also just the legs out to relax. See how it goes.
Yeah,
I'm excited to like have my dong just hanging out on the seat. I feel like that's part of the deal.
You're gonna have to tell like what angle you can be at. You know, like once you get past a certain angle, you're like, well, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. It's gonna be so ridiculous, but hey. That's something we can talk about next time.
I agree. That I feel like that takes us to time.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac, when you bring any topic to the table, it never misses. I was so excited whenever you said you had something.
I texted Andy. I was like, we could probably make this a quick one, And then I immediately, right after that, was like, by the way, I have stuff to talk about. I literally wrote down in my phone, like in my notes. I was like, I cannot forget. Because as soon as I saw that guy, I was like, this is podcast. I got to talk about this guy. The freaking New Balance legend.
The Messiah.
The Messiah, yeah. My God.
All right. Well,
Incredible.
thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.